The phrase $10 trillion wall of institutional money gets thrown around a lot in crypto. But as of April 2026, it is no longer just marketing copy. Multiple banks and consultancies now publish scenarios where real-world asset tokenization reaches anywhere from a few trillion to well over $10 trillion over the next decade. But here is the part most retail investors are missing. As we sit here today, the on-chain share of that future wall is still tiny, roughly the mid-25 billions. The migration has clearly started, but the bulk of that shift is still ahead of us. The bottleneck has a name: the valuation gap. The world is racing to tokenize everything from real estate to GPU clusters, but every institution runs into the same problem. How do you prove the value of a physical asset to a smart contract in real time? Wall Street's answer is a new class of agentic AI systems wired directly into Oracle infrastructure, what I call the AI Oracle. In this video, I'm breaking down the 3 concrete AI and Oracle frameworks that will be used by giants like BlackRock and JPMorgan to make this $10 trillion shift a reality. Stay to the end, because we'll also look at how Ethereum's upcoming Glamsterdam upgrade will finally make high-yield RWA plays viable at scale. Why is this the make or break moment for your portfolio? Because as of March 2026, the total on-chain value of tokenized real-world assets, excluding stablecoins, pushed past $25 billion. That is a 4x increase in just 1 year. The players driving this are no longer sandboxing. BlackRock has taken its BUIDL fund on-chain via UniswapX, allowing whitelisted institutions to trade tokenized treasuries 24/7. BUIDL currently sits around $2.4 billion in assets. To back this move, BlackRock even made a strategic investment in Uniswap's UNI governance token. On the banking side, JPMorgan's Connexys platform is already processing several billions of dollars in transactions every day, with executives openly targeting $10 billion in daily flows. But for trillions to move, these assets must be liquid. You can't trade a 300 megawatt data center if the price only updates when a human appraiser flies in once a year. Bridging that gap between static appraisals and always-on markets is exactly why we need AI-powered oracles. You don't need to be a developer to understand this, but you do need to know the 3 pillars winning the RWA stack. 1. Chainlink Runtime Environment, CRE, the orchestration layer. Chainlink has evolved into a broader infrastructure layer for tokenized assets. Their runtime environment lets institutions wire together data feeds and compliance logic, while CCIP connects private bank ledgers to public networks like Ethereum and Solana. This allows a bank to move an asset from a private ledger to public DeFi liquidity and back without losing the data trail regulators care about. 2. NVIDIA NemoClaw, the sovereign AI factory. On the AI side, there is a quiet arms race to build sovereign AI factories. Rafay Systems recently launched Token Factory, which allows GPU providers to monetize AI models through token-metered access. In this architecture, frameworks like NVIDIA NemoClaw act as the applications driving consumption. These agents ingest high-velocity telemetry, like power draw and thermal efficiency, and turn it into continuous analytics about an asset's performance. Once AI can reliably read those signals, it publishes feeds that update the risk-adjusted value of a project far more frequently than any human could. 3. Microsoft AutoGen and LangGraph, the compliance layer. The third piece is multi-agent coordination. Frameworks like Microsoft AutoGen and LangGraph are emerging as the standards for building fleets of agents that handle complex workflows. Developers are using these to have one agent read legal term sheets, another cross-check them against internal policy, and a third map them to regulatory frameworks like the EU's MyCA or the US Genius Act. This pipeline handles the busy work, so human teams only have to sign off on the edge cases. None of this goes mainstream if every on-chain interaction costs $5. That is why Ethereum's next major hard fork, Glamsterdam, is the missing piece. Scheduled for the first half of 2026, Glamsterdam pairs 2 massive improvements, EIP 7732 and EIP 7928. These move Ethereum toward a highly parallel execution model. Research suggests that once fully implemented, Glamsterdam could put the network on a path toward 10,000 transactions per second. More importantly, it aims to reduce gas costs for complex smart contract calls, the kind AI oracles use, by about 78%. Interactions that used to cost dollars will fall into the cents range. As of April 2026, Glamsterdam is still in the pre-mainnet phase, but if it lands anywhere close to plan, it makes high-frequency RWA pricing economically viable on the mainnet for the first time. This leads us to the strategy wealthy investors use: buy, borrow, die. Traditionally, if you owned a piece of a data center, it was a black box deal. But with AI oracles constantly publishing valuation and risk metrics on-chain, lenders can treat that collateral like liquid public debt. You can buy exposure to real-world assets targeting high single or low double-digit yields. You can borrow stablecoins against those tokens once the risk data is reliable enough for lending protocols. And in many jurisdictions, you can live off that tax-efficient leverage rather than selling and triggering capital gains. We are already seeing the infrastructure for this being built in Asia. This month, Solowin Holdings participated in a funding round for Libeara, a standard chartered-backed platform in Singapore. Libeara has already supported over $1 billion in tokenized regulated assets. This proves that on-chain finance isn't just a US story. Hubs like Singapore and Hong Kong are racing to build the rails global institutions will actually use. The AI oracle revolution is not a sci-fi concept. On-chain RWAs have already crossed tens of billions. BUIDL is live on DeFi rails. JPMorgan's Chainlink is moving billions daily. Whether the market hits 10 trillion by 2030 or 2034 depends on regulation and demand, but the infrastructure is being laid right now. The world is getting tokenized. Will you be providing the liquidity or quietly paying for it? If you like the content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons so this content is surfaced by YouTube's algorithm to more viewers. My plan is to release videos Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays' videos will focus on RWA tokenization and blockchain, while Thursdays will dive deeper on AI innovation and transformation and the AI infrastructure and the data center industry. I'm JoshLi's digital twin. While I'm in front of the camera, the real JoshLi is doing the research and creating the content. He will read all of your comments. While you're here, check out some of my other videos about the intersection of AI, blockchain, and tech in the future. If you want to see my previous video about BlackRock's BUIDL revenue model, click on one of the links now. I'll see you in my next video.